Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala ahlihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri. Wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Amma ba'du. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So today we'll begin lesson number 25 from book 2 of Durusu Lughatul al-Arabiyyah. And in lesson number 25, in this lesson we'll learn number 1, kana. We were introduced to kana in lesson 7. We'll learn more about it in this lesson. Kana is used in a nominal sentence. Kana comes in jumla ismiya. After the introduction of kana, the mubtada is called ismu kana, and the khabar now will become khabaru kana. So instead of mubtada and khabar, they'll become ismu kana wa khabaru kana. And the khabaru kana is mansub. So you have example, al-ma'u baridun, which means the water is cold. Al-ma'u baridun, the water is cold. Now you want to say kana al-ma'u, and then the khabar will become mansub, baridan, and it means the water was cold. So kana is like was. So al-ma'u baridun, the water is cold. Kana al-ma'u baridan, the water was cold. And then the grammar aspect of it is that the khabar of kana will be mansub, and the mubtada before the introduction of kana will now become ismu kana. You will not have mubtada when you have kana. You have ismu kana and khabaru kana, which is mansub. This is one example. For example, Zainabu maridatun. Zainab is sick. Now, if you introduce kana, because khabaru kana has to be mansub, it will be kanat Zainabu maridatan. Maridatan. And Zainabu is your ismu kana, and maridatan is your khabaru kana. Or example, al-jawu jamilun. The weather is beautiful. Al-jawu jamilun. The weather is beautiful. Now you want to say the weather was beautiful. Kana al-jawu jamilan, because khabaru kana mansub. Now you see, if the khabar of kana is jarun wa majrurun, if the khabar of kana is jarun wa majrurun, it remains without any change. So for example, al-mudarisu fil fasl, it will become kana al-mudarisu fil fasl, because fil fasl is the khabar of the mubtada al-mudarisu in the earlier sentence. Now fil fasl is prepositional phrase, is shibu jumla. So you cannot change and say fil fasla. That's not going to work. It should still remain fil fasla, fil fasli with the kasra, and both of them will now be the khabaru kana. So kana al-mudarisu in this case is your ismu kana. Remember, there's no mubtada in sentences that has kana. Kana al-mudarisu is ismu kana. Fil fasli now will be jarun wa majrurun shibhu jumla khabaru kana. Now another thing we'll learn in lesson number 25 is la yazalu. The expression la yazalu. La yazalu is actually coming from zala, yazalu. It's a verb. So la yazalu. La yazalu means he is still, he continues to be, he is still. It is one of the sisters of kana. That is, zala is one of the sisters of kana. So it acts exactly like kana regarding the grammar and having ismu zala and khabaru zala. So you have Bilalun maridun. Bilal is sick. And then it will become La yazalu Bilalun maridun, which means Bilal is still sick. Literally, it's like Bilal did not stop being sick. La yazalu means he kept being, or he did not stop being. So La yazalu Bilalun maridun. Bilal is still sick. So in this case, La yazalu, Zala is yazalu. Zala yazalu is min akhawati kana, one of the sisters of kana. and then Bilalun is your ismu zala, and Baridan is khabaru zala. And then you have Maryamu talibatun. Maryam is a student. Maryamu talibatun. Maryam is a student. Now you want to say Maryam is still a student? Say La yazalu Maryamu talibatan. And then Zala is min akhawati kana. And Maryamu is ismu Zala. And talibatan is khabaru Zala. Or Ibrahimu fil mustashfa. Now we're giving you another example that has the khabar coming as jarun wa majrurun shibu jumla, so that you see Zala is just like kana. Now Ibrahim is in the hospital. Because now the khabar is shibu jumla, it will remain the same even when you introduce Zala. So la yazalu Ibrahimu fil mustashfa. Ibrahim is still in the hospital. And then the third thing we learn in lesson number 25 is the i'rab of abu wa akhun. Abun wa akhun. The i'rab of akhun and abun. We've learned in book 1 that when these two words, abun and akhun, are mudaf, they will take a waw. E.g. when you write akhuhu, you put a waw after the akhu. Abuka, a waw. Abu Hamidin, there's a waw after the akhu. Abu Bilalin, and then there's a waw after the ba of Abu. This waw is, you're going to write the waw if this now come as the mudaf and they are marfu'. If they are mansub, and then the waw will change to alif, and if they are majrur, the waw will change to ya. So these nouns, there are 5 special nouns like that, that when they become mudaf, their sign of their i'rab, the sign of their nasb, jar, and raf, it changes from the primary, from the asli to far'i. There are 5 of them. So 2 of them we're learning now. So when they are mudaf, their sign of raf will become waw, and their sign of nasb will become alif, and their sign of jar will become ya. So this is example of it when Abu comes as it's a mudaf. All of this applies only when these 5 nouns are mudaf. So now it's a mudaf and it is marfu'. So the sign of its raf will be waw. Aina abuka? Where's your Abu? And then the other example of one of them coming as mansub is a'rifu abaka. Now you see how Aba is written. It's not only with the fatha, with an alif. And the alif is the sign of the nasb, because it is the maf'ulun bihi of a'rifu. A'rifu abaka. I know your father. And then when it is majrur, for example, maza kulta li abika. Now it's not only a kasra on the ba, there's a ya after the kasra, and the ya is the sign of this jar. Maza kulta li abika. What did you tell your father? And the same thing for akhu and the other 3 nouns that we'll soon learn, inshallah. Another thing we'll learn in lesson 25 is min qablu. Min qablu, the expression min qablu. You know, we already know that qabla and ba'da, they always come as mudaf, and what comes after them will be mudaf ilayhi. For example, zahabtu ila al-masjidi qabla al-azani. Now you see azani is mudaf ilayhi because qabla came as mudaf. Is zarf, and then mudaf ilayhi comes after it. Zahabtu ila al-masjidi qabla al-azani. Qabla azani. So this is zarf and this is mudaf ilayhi. I went to the masjid before the adhan. Wa raja'tu ba'da salati. And I returned after the salah, and then you can see salati, also mudaf ilayhi majrur, because ba'da is also a zarf, and salah became mudaf ilayhi after it. Now, know that if the mudaf ilayhi is omitted, you did not mention the mudaf ilayhi after mentioning either of qablu or ba'du, the qablu or ba'du becomes indeclinable. So they will always have a dhamma in that case. Usually they come with a fatha. For example, zahabtu ila al-masjidi qabla al-adhani, raja'tu ba'da. and then you mention the mudaf ilayhi after them. But we're saying now that when they come and you did not mention the mudaf ilayhi of them, and then they will come with a dhamma, and in that case, they will not only come with a dhamma, they will become mabni, and whatever comes after, they will not change that dhamma. For example, Abil ana mudirun. My father is now a mudir, is now a director, an headmaster, a headmaster. Wa kana min qablu mudarrisan. You see, wa kana min qablu, because there's a min before qablu, it should be min qabl. But because you have dropped the mudaf ilayhi of qabl, now you have to make qablu mabni. So it will become min qablu, not min qabl. It will just become fixed. Wa kana min qablu mudarrisan. And he was a mudarris before. In this sentence, min qablu is the short form of min qabli dhalika. Min qabli dhalika. It means before that. But she did not mention dhalika. It just said min qablu mudarrisan. It was before a teacher. So because you dropped the mudaf ilayhi, which is dhalika, or it could be he, min qablihi, because you dropped the mudaf ilayhi anyway, you'll have to make qablu or ba'du mabniyun ala dhamma. And min or ila or anything will not affect, will not change the sign. And this is also interesting. Why is this mudarrisan? Min qablu mudarrisan. It's just what you've just learnt now. It's the khabar of kana wa kana. You see, we have kana min qablu mudarrisan. So mudarrisan is a khabar kana mansubun. All right. And the same applies for ba'da and ba'du. Another thing we learn in lesson 25 is the general on the plural of marda, on the pattern of marda. Marda is the plural of maridun. Maridun means a sick person, and marda means sick people, patients. So this plural form is mamnu', is deep taught. It will only have, and so has no tanween, to only have one dhamma. Here are some more examples of the plurals on the pattern, on this pattern. Fa'ala. So you have qatla coming as the plural of qatil, a killed person, somebody that was killed, and people that were killed. And then asra coming as the plural of asir, prisoner, prisoners. Alright, so let's take a look at this verse. Allah says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولو شاء ربك لجعل الناس أمة واحدة ولا يزالون مختلفين. Alright, I chose this because of the la yazalu, but we should look at some other things from the ayah. ولو شاء ربك. شاء is a fi'l, and rabbu is the fa'il, and ka is mudaf ilayhi. La is for ta'kid, and ja'ala is fi'l madi. And nasa, now this is where I'm coming, and nasa and ummatan. What do you reckon an nasa and ummatan are? Because an nasa is mansub, ummatan is mansub, wahidatan is mansub. So we have three mansub nouns following one another. And obviously they are not all not. So the thing is, an-nas is the maf'ulun bihi number one. Some verbs will have more than one maf'ulun bihi, and we'll learn this more in book 3. I'm just telling you now. So an-nasa is maf'ulun bihi. You know, it translates as if your Lord will, if your God wills. He would have made la ja'ala. He would make an-nasa. He will make. Who will he make? He will make people. Ummatan. Now ummatan is maf'ulun bihi number 2. Why? He will make people into something. So he will make people into ummah. He will make people ummah. So both of them are maf'ulun bihis. La ja'ala an-nasa ummatan. He will make them ummah. So ummah is your maf'ulun bihi number 2. Now wahidatan is not for ummah. So this is the only not there. Maf'ulun bihi not. If you don't understand, there's no problem. We'll learn properly, inshallah. Now, coming back to our topic of today, وَلَا يَزَالُونَ. You see, يَزَالُونَ because it's jamu. So, لَا يَزَالُ. And they will still, لَا يَزَالُونَ is plural. مُخْتَلِفِينَ. مُخْتَلِفِينَ. So, what is مُخْتَلِفِينَ? مُخْتَلِفِينَ is your خبر زال. And it is mansub. How is it mansub? It's mansub with ya. Because it is jamu muzakkar salim. You know, مختلفون. Now مختلفين. And your ya is your alamatu nasb. And this is your your khabaru zala. Now, so other examples of the plural and the pattern we're talking about is ahmaqa, which is hamqa, the plural, which means stupid people. And then jarihun, which is an injured person, and the plural is jarha. As for the new word, you have safirun, which means ambassador, and mufattishun, which means inspector, and shurtiyun, policeman, amid, dean, mutaqa'idun, retired, jami'u anhahi al-alami, all part of the word. And then there's a verb, taraka yatruku, it's to leave something, or to leave a place. So leave something. Taraka yatruku. And then you have allafa. This is a verb on another pattern. Yu'allifu is to author a book, to write a book. Alright, so the lesson itself. Durusu khamisu wal 20. Lesson number 25. قال المدرس أين أنوار يا عمر. المدرس says, where is Anwar or Umar? Umar says, لا أدري, I don't know. رأيته قبل قليل. You see, رأيته قبل. Now we say قبل because this is now صرف and it is declinable because the مضاف إليه is coming after it. قبل. Now قليل what? قليل. قليل is your مضاف إليه. قبل قليل. كان واقفا. Now كان واقفا. See كان and then واقفا is your خبر كان واقفا and اسم كان is مستتر in this case. كان واقفا خارج الفصل. خارج means outside and it's also مضاف. الفصل outside the class. So he was standing outside the class. كيف حال عمار الآن? That's what Mudari is saying. How is the condition of Ammar now? Ya Sa'd, Sa'd, how is Ammar now? Kana maridan. Kana, now maridan. Khabaru kana mansubun. Kana maridan. Munzu, I think this is the first time we're coming across Munzu is harfu ja, it means since. And of course, what comes after munzu will be mudaf ilayhi. Sorry, it will be ismu majrur. So munzu usbu'in. Munzu usbu'in, since a week ago, 1 week, usbu'in. So he has been sick for a week. Sa'd says, La yazalu maridan. La yazalu maridan. He is still sick. You see? Zala yazalu, la yazalu maridan. Maridan is your khabaru zala. Mansubun. Ya fadilat al-shaykh. Is still sick, O Sheikh. Al-Muradi says, Sami'tu annahu yuridu an yatruka al-jami'a. I heard that he wants to leave the jami'a. An yatruka. Remember our masdar mu'awwal? When an comes before fi'al mudari'a, the mudari'a becomes mansub. An yatruka, to leave. Annahu yuridu, that he wants, an yatruka, to leave al-jami'ata, to leave the jamia, which is mafulun bihi for yatruka, taraka yatruku. Wa yarji' ila baladihi, and return to his country. I heard that he wants to leave the jamia and go back to his country. Asahihun haza, is this correct? What I heard, is it correct? No, that is asking Sa'd. So Sa'd says, La, no, haza ghayru sahih. This is not correct. What you heard is not correct. Al-Mudarris says, ماذا يعمل أبوك? Now look at أبوك. أبوك. It is marfu' because it is the fa'il of يعمل. So it is marfu' and it's also mudaf. And we know when this word Abu is mudaf and it is marfu', the sign of his raf will have to be the waw. And you can see the waw. ماذا يعمل أبوك يا إبراهيم? What does your father do, O Ibrahim? سمعت أنه وزير. I heard that he is wazir. And then Ibrahim says, yes, Ibrahim says, كان وزيرا. كان. He was waziran. He was wazir before. You see, a wazir is now waziran with being mansub because it is khabar of kana. Kana waziran qabla sinina. He was wazir qabla sinin. He was wazir years ago. Huwa al-ana, he is now safirun. He is now a safir, an ambassador now. So Al-Mudarris says, وَمَاذَا يَعْمَلُ أَبُوكَ يَا عَمْرُ? And what does your father do, O Amru? قَالَ لِي, he said to me, أَحَدُ زُمَلَائِكَ, one of your colleagues told me, basically, قَالَ لِي أَحَدُ زُمَلَائِكَ, one of your colleagues told me, إِنَّهُ, and you see you use inna with قَالَ, إِنَّهُ, one of your colleagues told me that he is mudarrisun, that is a teacher. So Amru says, kana mudarrisan, he was a teacher, kana mudarrisan, khabaru kana mansubun, min qablu. Now you see min qablu. It's not min qabli, even though there's min arfuja coming before it. Why? Because you dropped the mudaf ilayhi of qabl. So it became mabni, min qablu. And the estimation of what you're saying is min qabli dhalika. Because you drop that dhalik, you can make it mabni. So it's min qablu. Kana mudarrisan min qabl. He was a teacher before. Wa huwa al-an mufattishun fil madarisi as-sanawiyah. And he is now mufattish, he is now inspector. Fil madarisi, in schools, as-sanawiyah. He is now an inspector in secondary schools. Madaris. Al-Mudarris says, وَمَاذَا يَعْمَلُ أَبُوكَ يَا يَعْقُوب? Who Yaqub, what does your father do? Yaqub says, كَانَ شُرْطِيًّا. كَانَ الْخَبَرُ كَانَ شُرْطِيًّا. هُوَ الْآنَ مُتَقَاعِدٌ. And now is retired. He was a police before, and now is retired. Al-Mudarris says, Ya Aba Bakrin. Now you see our Aba Bakrin. Because now your Abu is coming as mudaf to Bakr. And now it has to be mansub. Why? Because it is the monada which is mudaf. So you see the sign of isnab, nasb, al-alif. Ya Aba, this is how you write it. Bakrin. O Abu Bakr. Kulta li, you said to me, you told me, Qabla salasi. Because the mudaf ilayhi of Qabla is coming, so I call it Qabla, not Qablu anymore. Qabla salasi sanawatin. You told me 3 years ago, Inna, that Abaka. Now you see Abaka. Inna Abaka. Why is Aba having an alif here and being mansub? Because it is the ismu Inna. And ismu Inna are always mansub. And khabaru Inna will be marfu', which is the opposite of what we are learning today. Kana and Zala. Ismu Kana is marfu', and khabaru Kana is always mansub. Opposite of Inna. Inna has his own sisters. Inna wa akhawati Inna. Now Kana has his own sisters. Kana wa akhawatu Kana. One of the sisters of Inna is what? Lakinna, Anna. Those are sisters of Inna. They do the same thing to their ism and their khabar. And Kana, one of the khabar of Kana is what? Zala. And they do the same thing to their ism and Kana. And khabar. So You told me 3 years ago that your father Amidu Kulliyati al-Handasati, that your father is the dean of the faculty of engineering, al-Handasa, engineering. Amutaqa'idun huwa al-an? Is he mutaqa'id now? Is he retired now? So Abu Bakr now, you see Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr now says, La yazalu amidan. No, is still amid. La yazalu amidan. Now your amidan is your khabaru zala. Al-Mudaris now says, Ya akhtar. Oh akhtar. Sami'tu anna akhaka. Akhaka. You see akhu? How it became mansub? Since it's mudaf, the sign of its nasb is now alif, because in this case it is ismu inna mansub. Tabibun, and tabibun is your khabaru inna marfu'. I heard that your father is tabibun shahirun. Your brother is a famous doctor. Wayatihi, and it comes to him al-marda. Now you see this, the pattern of the plural of marid, which is a sick person. Al-marda. Wa in kuntum marda aw ala safarin. If you are marda, if you people are sick. So wa ya'tihi al-marda, and sick people come to him min jami'i anhahi Pakistan, from every side of Pakistan. Asahihun hadha, is this correct? Akhtar says, Na'am, hadha sahihun ya fadilat al-shaykhi. Yes, this is correct, O Sheikh. So he calls Uthman. Ya Uthman, idhab ila al-maktabati wa hati al-juz' al-salisa min lisan al-Arabi. Idhab fi'l amr ila al-maktabati jarun wa majrurun shibh jumla. Wa hati hati is ismu fi'l. Wa hati al-juz'a as-salisa, and bring al-juz'a is maf'ulun bihi. As-salisa is not. Bring the third juz, the third part, the third volume. Min lisan al-Arabi, from lisan al-Arabi. It's a book called lisan al-Arabi. So go to the library and bring the third part of lisan al-Arabi. Hashim says, Ya fadilat al-Shaykh, أظن أن لسان العربي معجم. I think لسان العربي is a dictionary. So al-Mudaris says, نعم هو معجم كبير. It's a big dictionary. في 20 جزء, in 20 volumes. Hashim says, لمن هو? Who is it for? Remember when we were talking about books and we're using li, it means who wrote it. لمن هو? Oh, who wrote it? Ya fadilat al-Shaykh. Oh Sheikh. And there it says, Ibn Manzur, is for Ibn Manzur. Yarji'u Uthman. Then Uthman came back. Uthman comes back. Uthman says, Al-maktabatu mughlaqatun al-an. The maktaba is closed now. Ya Sheikh. They've locked the maktaba. Yaquluna, they are saying, إنها, that it كانت مفتوحة إلى ساعة العاشرة. They said that it was open till 10 o'clock. It was open till 10 o'clock. كانت مفتوحة. مفتوحة به خبر كان. Al-Mudaris says, Ya Abbas, O Abbas, قل لأخيك, tell your brother. You see أخي is becoming majrur with a ya, because it is mudaf and it's in the place of being majrur. It is ismu majrur with lam kasrani arfu ja. Ya Abbas, kulli akhika alladhi, tell your brother alladhi ismu mawsul yadrusu fi sanati thaniya, that is studying in sanati thaniya. So you see, all of yadrusu fi sanati thaniya is your silatul mawsul for alladhi. We'll learn more in book 3, inshallah. So, O Abbas, tell your brother that is in third thaniya, that's in second year. Yatini, you should come to me ghada, tomorrow. tell your brother that in year 2 to come to me tomorrow. Abbas says, سأقول له إن شاء الله. I'll tell him, inshallah. Tell him to come to you tomorrow, inshallah. Tamarino, the exercise. It's a short class with few exercises. أجيب عن الأسئلة الآتية. Answer the following questions. أين كان أنوار واقفا? Where was Anwar standing? I think he was the one standing outside the class. كان واقفا خارج الفصل. So they want you to use the kana, so you get the use of the kana. This is what the lesson is about. So let's take this number 1 as the assignment, the tamarin number 1. Now, اقرأ المثلين, read the 2 examples. ثم أدخل كان على الجمل الآتية, and then insert kana to the following words. So, حامد مريض الآن. Hamid is sick now. So that will become, if you enter kana to the sentence, it will become كان حامد مريضا. Then you can say من قبل or أمس. So that's how you do the remaining. Like الماء بارد. كان الماء بارداً. Can add min qabl or ams. It was cold. The water was cold. So you should input kana to the sentences. And then take a look at this. Hamidun talibun. The Arab for that is that Hamid is your mubtada and your talib is the khabar. But now when you bring kana to the mix, you have Hamid now becoming ismu kana and talibun becoming khabaru kana. Ismu kana marfu'un wa khabaru kana mansubun. Yes, we know that. Ismu kana should be marfu' and khabaru kana should be mansub. And then what will you say for inna? Ismu inna mansubun wa khabaru inna marfu'un. Now, اقرأ المثلين. Read the 2 examples. ثم أدخل لا يزال على الجمل الآتية. And then after you read the example, then input لا يزال to the following examples. علما, knowing بأن, knowing that لا يزال من أخوات كان, knowing that لا يزال is one of the sisters of kana. So you know how you do that. So for example, you have Ibrahimu na'imun. Ibrahim is sleeping. لا يزال إبراهيم نائما. Ibrahim is still sleeping. So this is how you do this. Let's take this also as assignment, because kana and zala is the main part of this lesson. تأمل ما يلي. Ponder what follows. المرفوع المنصوب المجرور. دخل زميلك. The sign of its raf is the dhamma. رأيت زميلك, the fatha. قلت لزميلك, the kasra. Now come to these 2 special nouns. Ja'a abuka. Waw is the sign of his raf. Ra'aytu abaka. Alif is the sign of his nasb. Qultu li abika. Ya is the sign of his jar. Qala akhuka. Sa'altu akhaka. Haza li akhika. The same thing as above. Imla, fill al-amkana, al-amakin. You should fill the spaces, al-khaliya, the empty spaces, with abu. So for example, number 1, abuna, how would you write it? You write it with a waw. Abuna, because it's marfu here. And number 2 is azihi sayaratu li abina. You write it with a ya, because it is majrur here. So that's how you fill the remaining. Number 6, imla al-amakin. Fill the spaces, al-khaliya bi akhu. Fill the spaces with the word akhun. So for example, number 1, aina akhuka, with the ya Salma. Akhuki, ya Salma, with a waw, because in this case it is marfu'. Aina abuki, ya Salma. And abu, akhu, that we're supposed to use, is going to carry a waw, because in this case it is marfu'. And number 2, kharaja akhuha. In this case also it will be with a waw, because it is marfu'. It is the the fa'il of kharaja. Kharaja akhuha ma'a. Now, ma'a came. So what comes after ma'a will have to be mudaf ilayhi. So it will be ma'a akhika. Now, akhika will have to come with a ya, being the sign of its jar. And that's how you do the ring. That's the end of the class. Al-Kalimatul Jadida. We've taken that in the beginning of the class. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah.